All right, we're taking a look at Tiny Glade. It's a demo. Not sure how long this demo lasts. I'm not even sure if you could really call it a game, but it's a sandbox builder is the best way I can sort of categorize this in my head without playing it. But let's get into it. So this is Tiny Glade. Let's see, store page. Put out by developer Pouncelight. Tiny Glade is the only thing that they have listed out on Steam. Don't know if this is a new developer or if they're a new studio that came together for this particular project. Really don't know. But I've kind of been following this for the last 6 to 9 months ish, I think, it's fair to say. And yeah, we're going to take a look at it. They put out a demo yesterday, and we're going to take a look at it. So here we go. It says, welcome, thanks for trying our demo. Tiny Glade is a relaxing game where you doodle whimsical castles, cozy cottages, and romantic ruins. There's no management, combat, or goals. Just kick back and turn forgotten meadows into lovable dioramas. In Tiny Glade, building elements interact with each other. For example, try drawing a path through a wall. See what else you can discover. We hope you have fun. Let's go. All right, so here we go. All right, we got some little building menu things across the bottom here. Looks like we got something called structures. Then we got, looks like something that's paths. All of these little things down on the bottom currently. Now, this is not the final version or anything. It look like little hand-drawn pictographs, but yeah, this one looks like paths. This looks like lighting, illumination, windows, this sort of stuff. Again, we've got things that are locked out that aren't part of the demo here. Looks like paint. I'm assuming it's just so we can change colors. This allows you to erase things, I'm assuming. I'm going by the pictograms. Terraforming, I would guess. Looks like you can plant things. And we got a couple of locked out things out of the demo. They've got photo mode, and we can change the day-night cycles. Okay, so they wanted us to try to draw a path through the wall. So now you've got move camera. Okay, so if you hold down middle mouse button, you can center up what you're doing. Rotate camera. Okay. Nice. Zoom camera. Okay, because we can zoom in, zoom out. And this is, you can kind of see. This is the little area that we've got to work with in the demo. So that's kind of where we're at. And they want us to draw a path. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so if we erase the path, interesting. Okay. So this looks like walls, buildings, and towers. So if we get us, okay, gives us like this little framework. Okay, gotcha. Oh, we can make it bigger or smaller. I like the sounds here. Sorry guys, I need to remember to center up for you guys on vertical. Okay, so we can build within this sort of little spot here. Or that's as big as it lets us go. Alright, so let's just sort of start with a sort of medium little wall here. Or a little tower. Getting sort of used to the controls a little bit. Alright. Interesting. Okay, so you can like get really detailed with like what you're chiseling out down here. Or you can just kind of hold it. You can highlight it and just click, or you can like literally just, like everything else, you're just kind of sculpting it around. Interesting. So you can actually do like ruined castle wall areas too. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so let's sort of think about something here. Flowers. Okay, that's easy enough to comprehend. You can kind of tidy that up as you wish. Well, we got little sheepies. I guess because we planted flowers and stuff, you get little sheep. Interesting. All right. This is the terraforming. Just sort of seems to be one. Don't know if you can go taller or not. Nope, you can. Interesting. Wonder. Okay, let's. So what if we did like this? Okay. So you kind of can create a path. Okay, so there's no erase terraforming. You just kind of gotta... Interesting. It sees a path and sort of... Yeah, it sees a path, so it creates a doorway. That's interesting. I don't know if you guys vertical over there could see that, but basically it was... this that I was looking at. See how it's just sort of creating little... Interesting. So it auto-generates elements based on what you're doing. Interesting. Alright, so let's kind of put... we're going to put this here. Show all editing controls. So I can make this taller, or I can make this taller. Make it really, really, really shallow, or make it really, really, really tall. Or I can make this short, but make this really tall. Okay, looks like there are limits. And... okay, so this is literally, you can just... pick the whole thing up and slide it around to where you want it. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Disable snapping. So you can like decide how much of a wall there is. You can cut the wall. We can lift the wall. Interesting. Okay, so it can go higher than your structures it's connected to. We just want to do something like that, I think. It adds all the ivy and stuff on there all on its own. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's make another little path. Yeah, literally if you draw a path, it'll create a door. Interesting. Draw over existing terrain. Okay, so if you lift the ground, everything around it will work in concert with what you did. Interesting. I could definitely see on a larger scale of you know, creating whole little cityscapes and shit could very easily just occupy hours. Oh, hang on. What haven't we played with? Okay, we haven't really played with this much. So let's try to keep it centered up if we can. Yeah, it seems if we put enough of this kind of stuff out and about, I'm assuming that with some time with the development or whatever, they're going to implement like different styles of things. It's even like, you know, right now we've got the vegetation, and I don't know if that vegetation's always that kind of vegetation. Maybe it is. I don't know the parameters of where they're going with this. Paint. Okay, I'm thinking this might be like for walls. Okay, all right. So, okay, here's sort of maybe where we get into like some different styles. So we can make that match what we're working on, or it can be other designs. We're just going to make it match for now because that seems to be sort of all of this. But yeah, I think we can, you know, if we decide to go with different looks or something. Interesting. Kind of hope okay, so it kind of knows we're trying to do a doorway here. So if I'm raising and lowering that, it tries to give us a little bit of a like terracing, assuming, you know, someone's going to walk up this to go into this. Interesting. That's why we're getting that. Or we can just like raise enough of it, the whole thing sort of becomes, you know, dirt. I don't mind there being a few little steps. I wish we could clean this up a little bit. And maybe like shrink certain portions of it. It almost feels like you have one scope of this. I'm hoping that once it goes past the demo, you can control sort of how big of an area you're going to affect. Like somehow, because it seems like right now you get just sort of this little reticle, and that's like all you get. Okay, so let's look at putting in some interesting windows here. Unlink windows. Wait. Apologies. Sinuses again. What can I say? Oh, shit. I like that. Oh. It actually puts like a bay window in there when you link them together. Interesting. I didn't notice if it did. No, I didn't really do that there. It only did that on the second floor. Interesting. Oh, hello. That's kind of unexpected too. You can put dormers so it knows you're on a roof line. So we'll give you dormers for the little windows. That's cool. Alright, so we got a... Yep. What? Interesting. Depending on where you're placing things, even just all this little exterior stuff will auto-generate like certain structures. Okay, so yeah, if you do 3, it will automatically do like a bay window. Interesting. Yeah, we don't seem to have anything other than squared windows here. Interesting. Okay, so you can't do... Okay. Interesting. Okay. We also had lanterns. Does this just automatically lean that direction, or... Okay, reposition it. You can rotate it around. Okay. Can't put them on the roof. Okay. Can't really change the color of that. Can't paint the rocks. It's mainly the structures, it seems like, for painting, at least right now. Interesting. Hoping that their plan is putting in like farm areas, farmland, that kind of stuff. Looks like that's not part of the demo here, but it looks like they're planning like fencing sort of looking something here. Yeah, it looks like some arched windows, flags. I can't really see what that one is. Looks like trees, if I had to guess. Looks like water or lakes, ponds or something here. Okay. Okay, there goes the lights. Yeah, for whatever reason they don't come on like by themselves here. Oh, okay. This is the camera thing, and they're doing purposely, I think, doing a tilt shift sort of thing on the camera, at least some modes. So let's see. It's like we can rotate around. We can zoom out. Exposure maybe. Zoom in. Okay, standard camera or the tilt shift tiny camera. I gotcha. Okay. I think this is just saved a file or something here. That's kind of odd. It literally opens up a file folder over here. Okay, that's like exposure balance there. Okay. Looks like you can change something here. It's got an artist palette, so colors or no. Field of view. Guess that's what that is. Well, no, this is literally field of view here. Not sure what this one is. I'm guessing this is where you set everything up. But then I guess when you do this one, no, that takes a screenshot. So this one, I guess, does the same thing, but does it for... Yeah, the folder one, I think, literally... Oh, it takes you... Okay. It takes you to your file folder for the screenshot. So, okay, this is your screenshot. And that literally, opening that, puts you in the file folder to see it. Okay, all right. I gotcha. And then you can exit out of photo mode to change your positioning. Oh, no, okay. Reposition the camera is a bit weird. It's almost like you kind of have to... It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, it doesn't... If you switch between the cameras, it does not keep the positioning on the cameras. Interesting. Okay, so this is literally like aperture here. So if you want a little more detail, you gotta crank it forward. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's probably exactly what I'm about to describe. It's probably exactly what's going on. But in like 3D programs, trying to positioning your camera and your lighting, that's how moving the camera view around feels. Because it's like, instead of feeling like you're doing a flyover than the other mode, this one it's like if you want to change your positioning, it's like you can't just like zoom over there. It's like you're fixed. You can zoom it in, but you're not going to that position. You're still in this position, whatever you're looking at. So you have to literally turn your view, move your positioning, and then readjust the camera itself for what you're trying to capture. Interesting. Yeah, see, it doesn't keep your camera position from one camera angle to the next. Yeah, we're still. Gotta head into the trees. Interesting. All right. Let's go for something a little grander. So, okay. Okay, so you're gonna get different seasons. That would be cool. That would be cool. Okay, so we're back to this. This is sort of where we're starting out. Although this wall is different. Interesting. All right, so let's get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of that. I'm not going to do so much terraforming this time. Let's just go for. Let's go for like castle walls and battlement sort of thing. So let's just do sort of. Gosh, you can't go over the red line. All right. Can't do crooked. That's the only thing is, wish they would give us the opportunity to sort of do, change. Because right now you can go up and go down. Oh, okay. You go all the way flat, it turns into battlements. That's kind of cool. Okay. Also, it would be nice to be able to set, like, do duplicates. Duplicate an item. That would be nice. Yeah, that would be a nice change. Okay. Able to set that as flat would be cool. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I wonder. Let's see. Questions. So what if we put structure? I don't know what that. Oh. You can change the direction of the roof. Ah. Gotcha. Spinnies. That just affects the whole structure. Like so. Can we? It would be nice to be able to position. What does this do? Oh, hello. Well, there you go. I'd really love to be able to do battlements like flatten this thingy.
Fancy Pants.
Oh, thanks for the follow there, tech support. Just playing around with what we can do here. We can flatten it out. There we go. So there's a lot of, well, it's kind of a misnomer to say it's really a game per se. It's almost just kind of like a sandbox builder, which I guess for some people that would be a game. But there's no like, it's not like there's a goal in mind. You're just making cute little scenes is really all it is. I'm enjoying it. I mean, there again, it's just, sort of a demo overall, but yeah. Sort of learning what you can and can't do with it. Takes a little sort of just getting in there and monkeying around with it to sort of work out, like a lot of this, like what you're seeing right now. This structure started very much the same as this structure, which is just over in this sort of category here. You've got the walls, you've got like square structures, and then you got like towers. And then somewhere it looks like, past the demo, you'll get looks like fences or something. Right now, it does not seem to be a way to do like straight walls. You kind of have to just create a straight wall as best you can drawing, and that's not that easy. But yeah, you do have a lot of freedom. Like, say you want to, I want to straighten up this structure. Well, I mean, if I'm not over here, I'll go to something else and I go back into here. I don't want to do that, so I can left click. But then, like when you first come to the structure and you put it down, it's like, okay, you got the freedom to, mess with the sides. You can sort of reposition this. And like all this little stuff sort of pops up like around it, just sort of context clue-ish kind of, sort of thing. But then if you left click into it, you get all this, which gives you a shit ton other sort of handles to work with, I guess you would say. Yeah, so it's like, I'm not sure if, there again, this is the only second little structure I've tried to, yeah, it's really neat in that it's, it allows you to sort of build the stuff, but then it's sort of like, well, maybe let's put some vines on this side, or let's put some little, shrubs. And it seems like when you start sort of adding the vegetation and stuff, because like right now, there again, you have a very small little area. Right now, see, we barely just got one little sheep running around. But if I start adding like a bunch of flowers and things, I can't really click outside. There again, maybe I can get a few of them happening here, but like, click in it, and it like really only gives you one sort of style of those. But if you start clicking in and adding, see, notice now we've got more sheep. So it's like you start adding the flowers and the vegetation, the sheep like show up. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's neat, and they interact with the things. They can. He just went through that little shrubbery or bush or whatever there, and it's like it went, moved around, and they wade through the grass and stuff. It's like I said, I when I saw them working on it, I don't think you can. No, you can freaking pet the sheep. You can pet the bloody sheep, and they're not bloody sheep, but just my vernaculars. Yes, you can pet the freaking sheep. Freaking cute. So I can only hope that they're going to add, multiple kinds of little livestock. It's really in the demo doesn't seem to have much of anything in the way of like grass, farming lands and that kind of stuff. It's just sort of literally like structures, paths, and then you can do things with the structure itself, and you can terraform a little bit. The first go around that I did, I kind of built a little house and a wall and a tower up on a little bit of a hill or something there. So yeah, it's very, 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 very. Okay, can't figure out. Oh, here it is. I want to make that a little taller. But yeah, it allows you to sort of build stuff. Now, I don't really see much. See, like, I would love to punch a doorway right there, but like I said, you kind of have to figure out how to make the tools do the things that it can do, not so much that you want it to do. So yeah, it's not always clear as to how you do it. But yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far. My earlier, I got to that point of like, okay, can you move the things around? And that was before I figured out how to right click into the structure thing. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure, because I seen in my brain, I was explaining at the top of the broadcast, that I seem to sort of remember this popping up sort of on my radar. Can't even remember where I saw it. It was like one of the gaming sites or something reporting it, or I can't even remember. It was just sort of like a little blurb I saw, and I'm like, okay, interesting. Went in to kind of look at it, and I'm going to keep my eye on this because it looks very interesting. But my brain sort of seems to remember that I want to say this is very much like Enshrouded is based on the voxel construction type or engines. Yeah. It was one of those that I just kind of like, well, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I really don't know what it's going to be, but it looks neat, one of those sort of things. And it was kind of like, okay, well, we'll see what happens with it. I don't know if this is going to, turn into something or not. Cause yeah, I very much just like what you were saying. It seemed like, okay, this seems neat, but I gotta kind of see more. And it's like, even then it was kind of like, okay, is it a game? Is it, what, is it a demo, technical demo kind of thing? Cause some stuff you see pop out and it's kind of like, okay, this is lovely, but it's not really a game. And it's pretty, but it is what again, But yeah, like I said, you can change the structures. Like if you pull on some of the tabs, it goes from being, roof line and then turns into wall. That I found interesting. It's all very much just like playing with the aesthetics of it and getting, what you want it to do. And literally they don't do a lot of hand holding. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I could not remember what it was, if I'm pretty sure, very much like you were saying, they built it from scratch, but I just the way the thing sort of work together, it puts me in the mind of like that voxel based building systems. in that, you know, everything, well, puts me very much in the mind of how at least Enshrouded does voxel-based systems, and that, like, this thing's next to this thing, so that merges and stitches together with some sort of sense, as opposed to just, you know, plop, there's this thing, and it doesn't blend with any freaking thing. And everything still looks like individual little blocks of shit. Yeah, that's, yeah. So, yeah, it looked interesting from the get-go to me, but there again, you know, a lot of my sensibilities are going to be based on, you know, stuff that's, you know, the art style or the artistic, you know, the way it's handled goes differently than, you know, a suspected, you know, this is how it's going to be built kind of thing. So I want to try to shift the tower a little bit to be a little bit more centered to this structure, I think. Yeah. And the soundscape that you know, working with the within the you know, building system is interesting. You know, that just messing with the walls themselves. Yeah, see, I don't know what this does. Okay, so I think that creates an angle. And if you don't like something you did, it's like I said, you just undo it. Yeah, I wish there was sort of some way to. Yeah, it seems literally that's sort of all you got is you click into it and you can, you know, cut breaks in the wall. Yeah. I mean, I think this scratches that itch. Is going to scratch that itch for people that, like, they play, you know, survival games but spend 90% of their time in the game building. You know, like a lot of people, you know, will play Minecraft, but the thing that they want to do in Minecraft is build. You know, they'll do, you know, the game portion of things enough to either unlock recipes or find, you know, resources and materials, but then, you know, all they really want to do is, like, I want to build a castle, or I want to build, you know, reproduce this, you know, landmark in game. You know, it's there's definitely people's, you know, that this is going to scratch that itch for them. Definitely see that. Yeah, I think you can probably be very correct in that you know, assertion that you know, for some people it's like they're gonna play this for, you know, 20 minutes and it's like, okay, that's nice, you know, nothing goes explodey, you know. I'm done, you know. I'm wishing the wall stuff here had more, because you can increase and lower the height of the wall after you've dropped it. You can add in breaks in the wall. See, that's considering that a separate thing now. I wish there was sort of a repositioning you could do. So if you wanted to, like, straighten your wall out, you know, it would give you that opportunity. But yeah, for those people that literally they play survival type games or that kind of stuff purely for the the ability for the building stuff, I think this is definitely gonna, hit well with that crowd. Somebody that's more, power player, min-maxer, that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think that crowd's gonna say that they give two shits about this game, probably. Yeah. I mean, I think this type of game it's going to be good for people that their communities get involved in what they're doing, or they're like, okay, what do we want to build today? And people's like, ooh, let's build a farmhouse, and it's like they put in suggestions and shit like that of like, yeah, you cannot min-max coziness. Most definitely. It's like, how am I gonna feel most fuzzy? I gotta be the fuzziest. It's like I don't know how you do that. I don't see the Randy Savage Macho Man advertisement tie-ins with this, even if he was still alive. I gotta have me some tiny Glade. It's like I don't see that happening. Although on the just humorous side of things, that can be funny as fuck. But but yeah, no, like I said, I think definitely we're all on the same page here. That it could be a really, really, really fun experience for the right crowd of people. And for the crowd that just doesn't get into that, I don't see this being their cup of tea at all. Which is fine. All games don't have to be the same crowd is excited about it the way somebody else might be, and I think that's a-okay. I think everything should be judged on its own, and I think, interesting. I'm trying to get rid of the foliage, but it's giving me like little shrubby trees. Yeah, weird. Interesting, because that's technically supposed to be. Yeah, interesting. Any interesting sort of effect of the eraser? Neat. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just find stuff that's like. Sorry, I got a little caught up in text going, so. I agree, and there again, I don't know how well you guys can hear the sound, because the sound is really, really, really faint. And again, in here, I don't know. Mute the music volume. Yeah, I think I'll turn it up just a bit more. Okay, let me know if that gets like too loud or whatever going on. But yeah, it's like the sound. Each of the building systems or whatever has sort of its own sort of sound qualities. Let's see if I can kind of pulled up in the game now. I need to sort of adjust the slider over here slightly. But yeah, I think this needs to, whoop, nope. Nope. Ah. There again, I want, you gotta find the right thingy. There again, I'm trying my best to not like forget about my YouTube vertical crowd out there. Yeah, I wish there was a, like, you get something like I get one of these towers just the way I want it. I'm hoping the full version will be like, okay, if you really like this piece, you can duplicate it somehow, or, you know, those sort of things. And now, like I said, I was up here on this roof line earlier, and it's like, it'd be really cool to place like a little, you know, doorway right there to implicate, you know, or imply, you know, like a guard shack or something, you know, like I said, storytelling through the building and stuff, you know. And there again, it may be just, you know, it is what it is, and it's just supposed to be cute little environments, and, you know, sometimes it doesn't necessarily comply 100% with what you want it to do, but, you know, I guess that's where their core community for this kind of a game. Yeah, the sound work on this alone is top notch. It's like the brick stuff sounds bricky. The you know, the let's see, like the sounds like, you know, crushing rock. You know, that's like I said, that's somebody paying attention to detail. So far, like the painting stuff seems to be purely the structures themselves. We seem to have sort of like, I think, 4 basic or 3 maybe. There's that. Yeah, I don't know that last one really does anything. So let's go this color this time. We did everything that the other color before. So let's go with the sort of more yellowy Tuscan, I guess you would call that, sort of scheme. Basically that the mortar that's got that sort of more orangish sand mixed in with it. Yeah, and it's not just sort of like a single note. It's almost like, depending on what you're doing, there's a combination of several, you know, and I say notes, like, you know, the brick has like not just one brick sound. It's like they've got a, you know, a whole little collection of bricky sounds, and they all kind of act in harmony or in conjunction with each other. So yeah, that's. Oh, okay. We do have choices here. We can go greenish, or we go reddish. Now, there's a lot of green around, so I think probably sticking with the reddish is probably the right play there. Oh, we still got some towers and things. Okay, did I? think I was hitting the undo button. I think that's what I was screwing up. Yeah, I agree. It definitely sounds to me like they've got like they've got their core, and I'm just gonna call them notes because that's how my brain thinks about soundscaping and stuff. They've got their individual little notes, and then they're taking those notes, and depending on what actions you're doing and the things that are sort of contextually around it, it either plays this function of those sounds, or another function of those sounds. So it's you guys get what I'm saying about it. But yeah, it definitely feels like it's doing more than just setting off a wave file, for example. Yeah. Like when I was doing the terraforming thing, it's like the more of that you do, it seems to be like it grows, it gets louder, it gets more intense. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, let's play around with some windows. I wonder if you can. It's almost like it's telling me it can't do it because it's not against it, but it has that like. Yeah. Yeah, it's. Oh, you can just click it and it'll go through it. You don't have to. It definitely seems like. It definitely also seems to me like they're positioning this to be like very, very mobile friendly. Like, handheld game systems or tablets even. Yeah, I can see, retired folks and kids alike enjoying just building, and like I said, the fact that you can pet the animals, that is just freaking adorable. So yeah. Start trying to throw in like some little details here. Yeah, and just the fact that you throw windows in, and if you go on the roof line, it creates dormers. Like it knows it's going to be a window. The surrounding, dimensionality has to make it work. And to me, that's just thinking through what you're doing as opposed to just, let's put out this thing as quickly as we can. That's to me, that's being dedicated enough to your project to know that, this thing's going to work, but it's just going to sort of stick out weird, and that's going to bother people. We need to come up with a way to have it blend in well. That's, like I said, that in itself is chef's kiss in my opinion. So let's see. I'm gonna try to do this. Haven't quite figured out if they give you the ability to like do a balcony. Yeah, just if I click on the windows, Unlink windows. Okay, so all right. So if I unlink it, they don't. They're not doing the contextual thing as much. But if I link it, you get like little flower pot thingies. And what am I thinking? Window planters? Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I can oh shit, fireflies. I didn't realize there were little fireflies. I've seen the little butterflies. Have not seen what I think are birds yet. There again. Been zoomed out looking at stuff. You get in here really close sort of looking at stuff, you know, they may have freaking little bugs crawling around. You kind of expect it, you know? It is very, very... It feels like they've tried to think of almost anything anyone would want to do with this. That to me is what this feels like. Whoop. No. Nope. That's not what I want it to do. I want to grab it and move it. Like there, I think. Yeah, I may redo these walls a little bit. Oop, I've hit the edge. Demo, full game, demo. But yeah, it's they somehow I got this one to go almost like witch's hat, like convex curve. I don't know what I did to do that. So if I go down, it goes like this. Ah. Okay, so okay. You kind of, if you're not at the tip of it up here, the tip of it is obviously, you know, make it bigger and smaller. Oh, I just learned that. Okay, if I'm moving the mouse up and down, you can affect the height of it. Okay, but if you move it side to side, you can do the witch's hat thing, or you can do the sort of, I forget what that architecture is, where like it's more conical than it is cone shaped. Truscan? No, not Truscan. Ah, dang it! My art history is failing me here. We're going that route with it because that's what I was trying to did with it. Yeah, and I think maybe even want to repeat that with this a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little Turkish, maybe a little, yeah. Dang it. Etruscan? Is that what I'm thinking? Etruscan? I'm going to get caught up on this thing and like, okay, what is that thing? Now, it makes me wonder if you can do that with... Oh, shit, you can. You can totally do it with the regular roof lines, too. You fuckers. Aren't y'all just fucking brilliant? Okay, that is... Okay. That's sick. That's absolutely sick that you can do that. You can actually control the pitch of the roof line. Because like even when my wife and I built the house we're in, or well, we had it built, but when I designed it with, you know, most sort of ranch style houses have, just sort of this thing going on, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want it taller, and I want it more, this sort of roof line. And it took a while to get our builders to understand what I was saying there. And it like I said, it just took a little while for them to sort of comprehend. It's like, oh, okay, this is what he's trying to say. Luckily, having, an art background and all that sort of stuff, I could literally go, okay, I here's an image of what you've got. This is the photograph of, what you're talking about. I want it to do this, and then like drawing over top of it and actually showing, it's like, okay, no, I want the roof line to do this thing. But yeah, that is pretty damn brilliant there, in my opinion. We need some more. Windows and stuff in the structure. So let's work on that. Oop, nope. I need windows, please. It would sort of make sense in my brain that be like there, and I don't know what that is. It looks like a box with pillows in it. Not sure what that is. We'll mess around down there and sort of try to figure that out in a minute. There. Somebody's laundry. Okay, so if interesting. If you stretch it around the tower, if it's, I know if it's on a flat away, it will actually create like a bay window if you've got like at least 3. But yeah, if you click on it with placement, you can go from just plain window apparently to, and every time like each one of these like little like things hanging changes. And you get like a couple of different iterations of the little flower pots. And it seems to be sort of like, it seems to have a general pool of ones it's pulling from. But yeah, it's definitely, ooh, hang on. Yeah, like even after the fact, I can go in here and change this if I don't like, it's like, okay, I want the more purpley flowers to it. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's so far in the, I guess I really started this about what? 1:45, 2 o'clock? Maybe. So yeah, I guess I've been messing around with this for about an hour and a half. Ferrous. Okay, well, ferrous metal. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, and when the lights, the lighting goes down, it's like it takes a little bit of the time, but then all the little, yeah, see the windows, the lights come on, and then eventually the little lamps will come on. Yeah, yeah, it's. Oh, okay. Uh, so let's see if I can get it again. No, I can't get it to do it. That one. So that's the. Yeah, try to come in at it again. Sometime getting the camera to do what you want it to do. So yeah, this little guy. Gotcha. I gotcha. Can't really figure out. Like I said, these I think you can move them around and rotate them, but I don't think you can make these any taller or shorter. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I think they've done a brilliant job with. There again, you have to wonder, like, okay, sort of what was their goal with it, other than just sort of showcasing the ability to do it. I mean, like I said, I think it's going to do fairly well in the right crowd, as we were saying. Yeah, I think we're going to need to fix our walls here at some point. So I think, well, no, I think I need to go. Yeah, no, I don't want to crunch up my building here. Okay, so no. Yeah, I think I need to move that, get rid of these old walls, and get these set back where I want them. I think is how that's going to have to do. Again, I don't want to destroy my towers here, because it will like chew into your structures if you set it for doing that. Oh, okay, interesting. Even just moving that around, we get vegetation and stuff that sort of pops up around it. Very cool. Very cool. I mean, I just can't say enough cool things about this little game here. I heard something sound like chimes. chew up your wall there, buddy. Okay, I think I got that done. Come in, my little sheepy friends. Yes, it's too much fun. Shouldn't be that much fun, but it is fun. Okay. Okay. I think we need to make you a bit. Trying to make that one a little bigger, but oh well. Not that bothered about it, but okay. So let's how can we go about getting these walls to look a little better? Probably want to get sort of an overhead on them. No. Was thinking maybe it would work almost like a drawing a vector line, you know, setting 2 points down, which would be a way to do it. But yeah, I don't think that's quite how they want it to work. Then I guess we need to grab that to raise the wall. That's a little better. There's a sheep with an umbrella. Well, thank you. By all means, thank you for the follow. And yeah, we just had a sheep with an umbrella, so I was surprised, but yes. I just heard something go whoop, and I'm like, what the hell was that? And then suddenly I see him floating around in the air. So yeah, they've obviously got little events that somehow trigger too. So, but yes, appreciate you being here. Definitely, like I said, I when the world is good, I'm usually doing art related streams. So, you know, definitely, you know, let me go ahead and just for the purposes, throw out some links there. But yeah, that's usually what my streams are about. But for the last little bit, shit has been so chaotic around here that yeah, I've just been doing game streams because that's what I have the like brain power to do lately. But yeah, definitely love to see you again, and I hope work goes well. And have a good weekend if you are not going to be having to do work all weekend. You know, even then, I hope it goes well. So, well, thank you, Tex. Thank you. I do try. And this, oh, hang on. Is that dirt? To just sort of create a little dirt path there or something? Almost like flower beds, almost. Interesting. See you, Tex. All right. Getting back into sort of what we were trying to accomplish here. Like I said, I think about the only way to sort of get this lined up right now is sort of like that-ish, and then adjusting our wall height to match. It seems to sort of be the best way I figured out to do that. Yeah, controlling the cameras is a little tricky. Oh, I almost thought we had a piggy, but it's not a piggy. It's just one of the little sheepish. Hey, little sheepy. Little sheepy. Okay, got one more wall here. And then, nope. Inflate it. That's a little better. It's a little better. There again, I mean, you know, we've got sort of limited parameters of what you can do. Now, I just want to try this out. Now, we know we can create this look with setting in a building. What if, let's maybe do it, let's do it along this wall over here. I want to see if setting down two walls side by side, yeah, it doesn't really do what I was hoping it would do. It tries to link it up as a continuation of the other wall, which, I mean, I can understand to some extent. I can understand the reasoning behind that within the context of how they've got the game sort of set up here. So yeah, I think I'm comprehending that a little bit. Yeah, so I'm guessing the only way to sort of create these little sort of walking path style battlements here is going to be by setting down the structures and squishing them. That seems to be sort of how they've designed that to function. For some reason, one of our walls didn't paint the same way, so I guess we need to fix that one. Okay. We need more windows. Okay, so well, what do we got happening with the rest of things? That one's got little windows like right at the mortar line there. So yeah, I guess we do that with these. This is the big one, so I kind of want to follow suit with that on those a little bit. Oh, neat! We got a little wood pile that pops up. Yeah, a wood pile. Neat. Neat. Still don't know what that is. Let's finish our windows first. Okay, I want to go up maybe to the top floor here. Like that. No real way to make like a balcony that I can see. That would be, yeah, little pitchforks or seed fork or something's trying to pop up down there. Very neat. Yeah, I don't know how we would do that. I don't know how we would do that. Okay, so it looks like we need to create some little paths to create doorways for these structures. Don't want them to be exact. Yeah, you really wouldn't need doors on the backs of those to get into the gatehouse here, so to speak. But I think we can go in and add some lanterns. Yeah. Maybe just like one a little higher. Okay, so that's sort of that little octagon seems to be sort of the little universal. This is the symbol that we're going to give you for, whoa, we're inside the tower there. So yeah, that seems to be sort of their little universal move the object handle that they're going to use. Interesting. I think something like that. Okay, I think the sheep just came out of the building. So the sheep are all-powerful beings with the ability to pass through solid objects. Now, given all the stuff they're doing here, my guess is they're possibly going to implement little animations for that. But that is purely me speculating. Do not know if that's even within the framework of things they're planning or thinking about. Anything we've not messed with here. I don't know what this does. Shall we risk it, or tell you what? Let's literally. We're gonna put like a little outbuilding here. Interesting. I guess because it's overlapping the road. That's very interesting. Bizarre. Never would have thought that would have been the play on how they were going to handle that. Okay, so we've got our little outbuilding now, which okay. So now if we go into this, what does this let us do? Gotcha. Okay. It's literally looks like, okay, I don't like this little structure. So this one thing I can just totally like demolish. So we can go back, but like I said, if we decide we don't like it, we can just go up, bloop, and it'll go away. Interesting. Okay, so that seems to be the last little frame here on the eraser tool, as you can literally use it and demolish the little thing. Interesting. Okay, all right. I'm guessing they're supposed to be like bags of seed or something, or fertilizer or something. I don't. There again, early version. This is just the demo of the game itself, so it could very well be, just just how it's going to be, or it could be, you know, interesting. So, okay, all right. So you get little like flags, the window planters, or you literally can get like little storm shutters on it. Interesting. Very, very cool. Again, you don't really have much of a control of this. Some of these things, the eraser tools and stuff, would be nice if you had like, you know, a modifier key or something. You can make it bigger or smaller. Would be, in my opinion, a good way of handling that. Scroll wheel or something, maybe. Yeah. Right now, scroll wheel's still sort of very much connected to the camera. So yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure any way to sort of fix that per se. Okay, through walls, it's just literally an opening. You don't get a door. Okay. Good to know. Let's do another structure here. We've done a castle. We've done like a little farmhouse thing. What do you think, guys? What do we want to try now? We did a little bit of terraforming. Let's try. Okay. Let's try this. I kind of got an idea in my head here. So let's... Okay. So now I want... Okay. There's the sheep with the umbrella again. Oh, man. Funny. So if he's on a surface when we're trying to manipulate it, that's sort of what's going on. Okay. Now I kind of get it. Okay. Okay. We're just going to do a big old scary tower kind of thing. Okay. Okay, let's change up our... Let's go with this style this time. And we'll change to the green roof line. We've not done one like that yet. Okay. Okay, so let's put a tiny little...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Yep. Not a problem, Luau. Anytime you need some curmudgeonings, just let me know. Happy to help. Okay, let's see. Put a tiny little structure here. But I'm gonna have to work on it to get it to conform to what my brain's saying it wants to see. That sort of works, I think. Does definitely seem to be a limit on how far you can go with it. As far as how small you can make it and how large you can make it. Okay. Okay, all right, we can kind of carve out little sort of steps using the path tool. Interesting. Interesting indeed. It's literally just going to kind of blend it down there, it looks like. Cuckoos or something. Okay, we don't seem to have Don't seem to have as much variety on the roof lines. Okay. Okie dokies. Oh, sorry, I just saw your last one there. Thanks, Luop. You get some rest, bud. That's for you, bud. Pet some sheepies just for you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you can do 3. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That really looked right. Interesting. Can't do it in the demo, but that's interesting. All right. Meh. Meh. Interesting. So they should be getting our little lamps on at some point. All right, guys. Well, I think that is probably gonna be about it on the demo here. Let's try to get some photography of our little structures here. Okay. Interesting. So you can increase or shrink the size of the doors. Interesting. I would love the ability to rotate structures. That would, I think that would be helpful. Okay. Anything else you guys can think of we could do to this little one? I said, probably gonna wrap up the tiny Glade stuff here in about, 20, 30 minutes or here. I'm not sure. We might get into like some Fallout or something when we get done with the break. Would love the ability to do like some little wooden structures or something. I mean, little stone step thing is neat. It's not always predictable where you're going to be able to do it. So that's a thing. Anything you guys would add to or change about this one? Kind of was trying to sort of leave it a little bit, stark and almost like barren. I like the fact that it added all of this ivy to it. That added an extra dimension to that it probably needed. Oh, I do see one thing I need to fix. Oops. That's gonna be this. opinion, should match the rest of those. Although we could be argued that that's, you know, structure all unto itself, which is an idea. Let's. I wish there was a way to this might be as small as I can get that. Yeah, that might be it for that. That's kind of neat. We're inside the tower. Bleh. That's a little confusing. Okay, we need to paint that one to match. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I would love to have the ability to do doors. I don't think that's going to be a thing. At least not in the demo. I could see that not being a demo item, honestly. Okay. Lips getting really, really dry here. Well, I think that's probably going to do it, guys. Like I said, this is the demo for Tiny Glade. There again, this is not a sponsored stream or anything. It's just, it looked neat. I wanted to give it a look-see and see sort of what it was. I kind of had my eye on it for, well, sort of since I heard about it back in, dang, what was it? A good 6 months or more now, I think, is sort of where I'm at with things. Like I said, just sort of saw the coverage of it on one of the gaming sites online, and it's like, okay, I'll give that a look see, I guess. And yeah, they dropped the demo yesterday, and yeah, that's really about it, guys. Wish there was a better positioning for the camera mode. Hopefully they'll work on this and it'll get a little better. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with things. So they seem to have this sort of tilt shift sort of, methodology here for the photos, as well as like a standard, like camera without that, aberration to it. But yeah, it's neat. I like it. Excited to see what they do with it. Like I said, for the right, group of people, this is going to be, a lot of fun, a lot of probably a lot of hours spent in it, and yeah, just sort of excited to see sort of what they do with it from here out, That works. So you kind of have to mess with it a little bit to sort of get out of it, sort of what you're trying to do. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can mess around with and manipulate. Hopefully as they're developing this further, it'll get that much more detailed as far as what you can do. But until then, yeah, like I said, this demo I think is up until, I think they said it was going to be up until like the 17th, possibly. Is that correct? Maybe. But yeah, it's on Steam. It's called Tiny Glade. From all things I've seen, is going to be it's a smallish development studio that's doing it. They seem to be self-publishing, I think, based on what I've seen. And yeah, it literally dropped yesterday. You can kind of see, they're giving you this tiny little, circle in the middle of this little, glade, this little, area inside the forest, and there's, quite a bit of space around it. Now, I'm not sure if this is the size of the full release of the game when they get there. I think they're not trying to get too broad with it to begin with. Just, there again, anything that they do map wise is going to be, dependent on, I'm sure, the core audience that's going to form around this. So, whether they've just got within their framework of how they're developing this, like the fact that it's called Tiny Glade sort of implies to me that they're going to sort of try to keep the sandbox for its development or developed areas you can develop, I guess is what you should say, relatively small. If I had to guess, this feels like a smallish island somewhere in, like Ireland or somewhere. That's sort of what it feels like. But there again, who knows what their inspiration is for the actual landmass, but it sort of feels that way. So yeah, it's out on Steam now. Like I said, again, not sponsored. I would gladly take a sponsorship, but yep, there goes the sheep floating in the air. Like you can't really get the sheep to look at you when you pet it. There it is. Kind of clips through a little bit of the environment here. But there you go, guys. Like I said, it's if you enjoy building, you enjoy doing that stuff, you're gonna. Oh, that's a tiny one. That's a big one. But if you enjoy the whole, you know, if your favorite part of, you know, any game is the building portion of things, I think you're going to enjoy this.